At least 375 are dead after Typhoon Odette devastates the Visayas and Mindanao. Most of the deaths were residents crushed inside their homes. Data on casualties and houses affected by the storm are coming in late because communication lines are still down for most of the affected areas. In surfing capital Siargao Island, at least 15 people died. But Surigao del Norte Governor Francisco Matuga says the body count could still go up. The world-famous island has no power and is running out of potable water, food, and medicines. The Agriculture Department says farming and fishing losses from Typhoon Odette reached 333.4 million pesos. The estimate covers areas in the regions of Calabarzon, Bicol, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, Eastern Visayas, Soc-Sargen, Davao, and Caraga. Almost 13,000 farmers and fishermen are affected. Damaged commodities include rice, corn, copra, high-value crops, and fisheries. Follow Rappler for updates. A study shows the risk of reinfection with the Omicron coronavirus variant is more than 5 times higher. It also shows no signs of being milder than Delta. The study was done by Imperial College London between November 29 and December 11 based on government data on people who tested positive in a PCR test in England. The study says it finds no evidence that it is different from Delta in severity, both for risk of hospitalization and symptoms. It also found Omicron had 5.4 times higher risk of reinfection compared to Delta. Being infected in the past is not so much of a protection against reinfection by Omicron, with protection as low as 19%. Meantime, the Netherlands went into lockdown on Sunday, December 19. The quick spread of the Omicron variant could trigger more COVID-19 restrictions over several European countries for the holidays. Britain reported a surge in cases of Omicron on Saturday, with 25,000 recorded so far. In the United States, White House medical advisor Anthony Fauci urges people traveling to get booster shots and always wear masks in crowded public spaces. Omicron, a very contagious variant first detected in southern Africa, has been reported in 89 countries. The WHO says the number of Omicron cases is doubling in 1.5 to 3 days in areas with community transmission. In the Philippines, the Department of Health, or DOH, reports the country's third case of the COVID-19 Omicron variant, a 36-year-old male returning overseas Filipino worker.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi appeared in court on Friday, December 17, wearing a white top and a brown wraparound longyi, the typical uniform of a prisoner in Myanmar. The 76-year-old Nobel laureate was sentenced this month to 4 years in jail for incitement and breaching coronavirus regulations by a court. Her sentence was later reduced to a 2-year term of detention in her current undisclosed location. The verdicts were the first out of nearly a dozen cases against Suu Kyi that carry the combined maximum sentences of more than 100 years in prison. Suu Kyi denies all charges. Known for wearing elegant traditional outfits and flowers in her hair, it is the first time Suu Kyi is seen in a prison uniform in court. It is unclear if it signals a change in how she and other senior officials on trial are being treated. Myanmar has been in turmoil since the coup against Suu Kyi's democratically elected government led to widespread protests. Meantime, Hong Kong's Patriots-only election draws a record low turnout. The turnout of 30.2% is almost half that of the previous legislative poll in 2016. The latest results show almost all of the seats are taken by pro-Beijing and pro-establishment candidates. Only candidates screened by the government as patriots could run in the elections. The election has been criticized by some activists, foreign governments, and rights groups as regressive for locking out pro-democracy parties. Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai speaks for the first time about the controversy surrounding her and denies accusing anyone of sexual assault. At the sidelines of a skiing event Sunday, December 19, Peng says a social media post she made early November was misunderstood. Peng's well-being became a matter of concern among the global tennis community and rights groups when she appeared to have accused former Chinese Vice Premier Zhang Gaoli of sexually assaulting her in the past. After that post, she was absent from public view for nearly 3 weeks. Peng says her deleted post on Chinese social media platform Weibo was a private matter. Peng also says she's been living at home in Beijing without supervision. On Twitter, a Chinese researcher at Human Rights Watch commented sarcastically on Peng's interview, "Wow, so natural, very real. Everyone now believes it. Congratulations to the Chinese Communist Party." The Women's Tennis Association continues to call for an investigation. Spider-Man No Way Home takes in $50 million at US and Canadian movie theaters as of Thursday, December 16. The opening day sales set a record for the COVID-19 era. Box office analysts also predict total domestic receipts for No Way Home through the weekend could reach as high as $240 million, which would land it in the top 5 movie debuts of all time. Spider-Man stars Tom Holland as the web-slinging superhero and Zendaya as his girlfriend, MJ. The movie is playing exclusively in theaters. The earnings show that the film is drawing many moviegoers for the first time during the pandemic, even with the spread of the new Omicron variant. The biggest opening of the pandemic so far was superhero film Venom: Let There Be Carnage, which took in $90 million domestically over its first 3 days in October. No Way Home received positive reception from movie critics. As of Friday, 95% of 220 reviews were scored as positive on the Rotten Tomatoes website.